This is the story of Dupree's Paradise Lounge on Avalon Boulevard in Watts. Round about 4:30, all of the derelicts in the neighborhood line up and pass out along the outside of the green stucco wall with the cheesy little posters on it. Some of them don't pass out completely. They just sort of lay there against the wall with their tongues lolling listlessly from side to side. A little bit of slobber drizzling out the corner. You know the type, I'm sure. You have them here in New York, the kind of guys, the sort of a wonderful person that comes up to your cab and says, "Wash your window for 25 cents." The door has just swang open. Reek of old beer, stale dirt, red and white checkered tablecloths, bartender breath, waitress sweat, and all the things that make Sunday morning entertainment great come reeking through the doorway as the winos and the beeros and the whiskey-os and the other funny people go creeping into Dupree's Paradise. And soon, it's time for the musicians to show up. Tenor sax players, alto sax players, soprano sax players, trombone players, trumpet players, bass players, tambourine players, drummers. And there's always a few keyboard players who want to sit in. Because Dupree's Paradise is featuring tonight Bobby Turner at the organ in his houndstooth check jacket. That's just a weaselly little bit too tight and too short for him, but he got it on sale. At the Hammond organ, along with, I forget what's his name, who is his regular drummer. And they got a little bandstand about this big, and everybody wants to sit in all at once. Tonight, this morning, we're fortunate to have 6 bass players who all want to sit in. And we're going to let them because what's the difference? Ain't it funky now? Good God, feet on fire. All the horn players are going to get up there and try and out-honk each other. In one massive avant-garde ego trip after another as they try and figure out the chord changes to Bye Bye Blackbird. But the bartender, being the wise gentleman that he is, under careful instruction and tutelage from the club owner himself, comes over and says, "All right, you schmucks, play some blues or these people won't drink." And so they get funky again one more time. But as soon as the bartender turns around, it's back to the honking and squealing again. In the distance, a gentleman in a very suave sort of sport coat comes in. Can you guess who he is? He's a narc. Because he knows that once you drink and drink, and puke and drink, and stumble and bark and drink and spew, that the next logical step is the use of drugs. And of course he's right, because all of those health education films you saw in high school were absolutely correct. Marijuana does lead to heroin usage. Of course it does. Hey, howdy smackheads nodding out there. And of course, if the marijuana does not lead to heroin usage, it's liable to lead to quaalude usage. And on the other hand, if it doesn't lead to quaalude usage, it'll lead to speed usage. Hey! Just think of all the fantastic drugs that could go on the charts just the same way Coke did, just the same way speed did, just the same way quaaludes did. And if you were in England right now, it'd be Mandy's, wouldn't it, ladies and gentlemen? There are plenty of other interesting drugs that you could get into. Clorox. For some of you who are really in for how about one of those cleansers with the little green dots in it? Try this recipe. Pour yourself a spoonful of Comet. Cook it down to a smoldering black fudge. Dilute with 3 parts mercurochrome. Allow to harden on a cookie sheet. Take the gummy residue and roll it into a small tube. And stuff it up your... see, Bruce Fowler has just completed a genuine bebop-influenced tango trombone solo. But that's not all he can do because, well, how shall I say this? He's so far out, ladies and gentlemen. He's been to college and everything, and because of this, he is an expert in the graceful art of bebop tango dancing. Now, he has developed a special dance routine which he will perform for you with the assistance of Napoleon. They're going to work this out. Give them your undivided attention. Take it away.
This is... Even though you think it doesn't sound like that.
Wait a minute, what do you mean?
Well, it sort of sounds like bebop, you know. Don't let them stop you, George. Keep telling them about the bebop.
That's right, honey.
George. George.
We.
Do you understand that you're in Canada now? You realize that, don't you?
I don't know where I am, honey.
Do you realize that it is within the realm of possibility that bebop itself as a concept is too evolved for the Canadian audience? Because from where I stand, I see that this audience is extremely reserved. I know that you must be under a great deal of pressure in an institution of higher learning. We've experimented with bebop in such advanced places as Paterson, New Jersey, Detroit, Michigan, Waterbury, Connecticut, and now at last, the bebop tango has come to Waterloo, wherever it is. Just to give you a brief idea of what took place at these other areas, we selected a likely suspect from the audience, somebody who appeared to be evolved to the point where they could actually take part in our bebop tango contest. I mean, I hate to ask for volunteers, but is that a volunteer or is that a volunteer? Hey, you are a volunteer. How about a succulent young lady to assist him in the bebop tango routine? Is there one woman among you who is evolved enough to dance with? Hey, a second volunteer. Hey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, be real quiet. I want to find out what their names are. What is your name, sir? I can hear three things. I hear Don. It's either marginal, marshmallow, or markinum. What is it? Margino? Hey. No, he's got to do it right there where you can really see him and experience his aura. And young lady, what is your name? Linda? Damen? Norman? Dormer? That's it. Have a little beer, honey. Okay, Linda and Don, was that it? Don. John. It's John and Linda, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now here's the deal, John and or Linda. Or in tandem, or any combinations thereof which appeal to your fancy. Now, George is going to sing a genuine bebop vocal lick, and all you have to do is move your body systematically to the rhythm that he will project to you. You communicate, you link your mind with his mind, you link your body with his notes. The rhythmic figures will overcome you. You are going to sleep. You are going to sleep. Okay, now here's a quick sample. George is going to give you a little number like this. I'll show you how to dance to it. You ready? Try it one time. Get the picture? It's a sort of a spastic, sort of a weird, sort of a twisted, sort of a perverted, sort of obsessed, sort of twitching, sort of bebop, sort of tango dance that you can do. Everybody, get the picture? Here we go. George, make them dance. No, you're too reserved. You're too reserved. You have to let yourself go. Do you understand? Wait, follow me one time. Make me dance, George. Now, just, I don't know how to get this across to you, but you have to loosen yourself up. You have to let yourself go. Just forget you're in Canada just for a moment. Okay, you ready? That's to start them off easy with a little groove there. Okay, now, come on, twitch. No, look, here's where you're making your mistake. You're trying to stay on the beat like this. Don't listen to that beat over there. Listen to the one that goes... I still think you're too reserved. You think that, is it possible that you could all stand up for a minute and just twitch around to this? It couldn't hurt ya. Okay. All right, sweep the audience with the spotlights. Make it look like there's something really going on in this gymnasium. This is the World's Championship Bebop Twitchathon. And I want to see every single one of you highly evolved Canadians out there twitching your brains out when George says, give it to him, George. But you're just standing there. Are you tired? Oh well. Sit down, it's okay. Just sit down and calm yourselves, really. No. Really? Okay, really. It's alright, it's alright. Really, I mean, sit down. I mean, please, ladies and gentlemen, please just sit down. You'll be able to see better, and they'll be able to see better. Just sit down. I'll tell you, there is no way in the world that you people are going to be able to dance to bebop. It's just too hard for you. Your vibes and your aura have projected themselves into a realm of complete relaxation. That person with his arm up in the air, that person up there on the top knows what I'm talking about. That person up there at the top, give that man a chance to bebop one more time. That guy, twitch it. That's it. Now don't fall down, just sit back. This was not meant to injure anyone.
WLIR FM and 92.7 in stereo.